There's a certain kind of guy that you might run into at Decathlon in, say, May or June. Guy with a worried look in his eyes because he's convinced his girlfriend or his wife to go on a camping trip, and it seemed like a good idea at the time, and now summer's coming and he's starting to worry that it will all go wrong and he will have wasted his one chance. This is a video for that guy, or for anyone looking for the best sleep, the best car camping sleep that you can buy at Decathlon, so that if at the end of the summer your significant other or your kids swear they will never ever go camping again, at least it won't be because you let them sleep on this. I think for most of us, when it's time to go to sleep, there's only really one place we want to be, and that is at home in our own beds. And anytime you step away from that, our body finds new ways to wake us up and tell us, hey, this is not where I'm supposed to be. I'm too close to the ground. This mattress does weird things when I move. I don't like this fabric. So the best way to get good sleep is with a setup that mirrors your own sleep setup as closely as possible. And the Decathlon products that together do the best job of that are, in my opinion, Quechua's inflatable camping bed base and the 2-in-1 Perfect Sleep sleeping bag. And I'll give you a rundown of the pros and cons of this combo, and especially the cons. There's a couple of things that you should know before you run out and order one. But the short version is that this, in my opinion, blows just about every other car camping setup out of the water, at least when it comes to the actual sleeping experience. Why is that? Well, first of all, you're probably used at home is some combination of a box spring or a slatted bed base with some kind of foam mattress. And this system gives you both of these things, and it raises you up from the ground a good 35 centimeters, that's about 14 inches, which actually makes more of a difference than you might think, or at least it did for me. Lifting you up also creates storage space underneath the bed. If you're at all concerned about people stealing things in the night, you'll be happy to know that you can fit up to 6.8 million in 50 euro bills underneath this mattress. You want the bed base to be as stable as possible, so be sure to bring a decent pump. About 6 psi of pressure is ideal. Tighten the straps at the side and fasten the corners of the sleeping pad. Believe me, you do not want this to sag or to have your mattress slide off in the middle of the night. The Perfect Sleep sleeping bag is an all-in-one design that combines a foam mattress with a duvet, creating an enclosed space where you can toss and turn as much as you want without getting that bunched up sleeping bag feeling and without any drafts. There's also a kind of hood that is there, I'm assuming, to keep your pillow in check and to keep any drafts out. Now, this truly is a great design, in my opinion. It also truly looks like a rip-off of the hiking sleep systems made by Zenbivy. All I can tell you is that whoever came up with this, it's a winning design. And you know, if you want something similar that you can fit in a backpack, check out Zenbivy. I haven't tested it myself, but I certainly have a lot of loyal fans. Quechua rates these for a comfort temperature of 5 degrees Celsius. I've tested it down to 7 degrees myself, and I think that rating is about right. Definitely wouldn't take this into freezing weather, if anyone would even consider that. The duvet is pretty great. It's great by not being all that special, if that makes sense. It's just a thick cotton duvet. It's got some weight to it, exactly like most people have at home, and that just makes it very familiar and comfortable. You can also combine two of these together into one big 2-person sleep system. Haven't tested that, but it does look pretty comfy. Last thing I like is that there's a 5-year warranty on both products, always a big plus, especially on anything inflatable, and not the case on all of Decathlon's sleep systems. I know most people aren't going to check the fine print before buying, but for example, their inflatable sleeping pads, there are 5 tiers, if you will, and 4 of those have a 2-year warranty. Only the most expensive one has the 5-year warranty. Same as this one. Perhaps I'm not 100% sure of this because it's actually the same pad on the inside. Okay, enough with the praise. Let me preface this by saying that I buy all this stuff with my own money to review it, but I don't actually keep all of it long term. Very often I'll just use it for a season, make a review, and then sell it. And I mentioned that because I'm keeping this because Quality sleep is just about the most important thing on a campsite, so I do like it, but I do also have a fairly long list of negatives, and that doesn't mean that you shouldn't buy it. Just make sure to check if there aren't any deal breakers for you. Number 1, this is big and heavy. If you want to take one of these for the whole family, it needs its own car. And number 2, it may also need its own bank account because this is probably one of the, if not the most expensive option that you have, at least if you stay in the Decathlon range. Number 3, if you are plus sized, you're gonna want to test this in store because it's only gonna be comfortable if you have room to toss and turn. And this is the kind of one size fits all that definitely does not fit all. Number 4, the zips do not have a tag on the inside, which is a bit dumb since you're generally going to be on the inside when closing it up or opening it. This really bothers some people, and Decathlon has nice double-sided zippers on their sleeping bags, so they can do it, and it would be nice to see them here. Number 5, sleeping off the ground is really nice, but you do need to make sure this system fits your tent because a lot of tents have small sleeping compartments with sloping walls, and that might end up being pretty cramped, or worse, push things against the outer layer of your tent, causing things to get wet from condensation or wicking. Number 6, there's a mechanism on the sleeping bag designed to allow you to sit up. And obviously that doesn't work when you're on the slatted bed frame, but you can if you're on the ground, put it in reading mode. And I actually like this idea a lot in theory. Just look at that product video, so smooth. Except it doesn't work in reality, at least my version doesn't. There's just no way to get it to stay. Luckily, this is detachable, so you can leave it at home, including the rigid inserts that are part of the system. And lastly, this is not as easy to clean as a sleeping bag or a quilt. The only way to do it is to wash this whole outer system, including the bag, because it's all connected. So by now, I'm sure you have some idea of whether all of this appeals to you. If not, if you feel that it's all too much, too heavy and bulky, there are actually 2 sleeping mats that I've been using these last couple of years that I would say are almost as comfy as this system. One is the X-Bed Mega Mat. That's kind of the OG of thicker car camping mattresses. You will see it recommended online everywhere. The other is the Sea to Summit Mondo King 3D. If you need to sleep on the ground, I can vouch for these 2. I think they're pretty close in comfort, so pick whichever one you find the cheapest. The price difference with the Decathlon system is pretty small, unfortunately, so it's not really a budget option. If anyone has recommendations for a budget self-inflating foam mattress of about 10 centimeters, 4 inches thick, I would really love to hear them. All right, that's it for me. I hope that was helpful. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.